This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
Time to talk about another story that we didn't get to during our show because we ran out of time.
Yeah, obviously AI's everywhere and it can be really helpful.
Yeah,
it can be really helpful.
Yep.
You can do some great stuff with it.
What's the good stuff that you've done with it?
Okay, if you have to come up with quiz
Just all
questions.
your uni assignment. Oh, okay.
Quiz
yeah, right.
questions are great. Yeah, otherwise you have to source 20 questions.
You know, when I was on holidays in Mexico, there was a couple on my tour, and they were from Brisbane, and he's a vet, so he's subscribed to the highest level of ChatGPT because he uses it for all his vet notes and things like that. But wherever we were, he'd be like, "What's the best restaurant in Oaxaca?" And it'd come up, "Oh, we want to go out for Japanese. Where should we go in Merida?" That kind of thing, and it would just like immediately just spit it out.
It's
so good. Or come up like, "We've got the afternoon free in San Cristobal. Where should we go?" And it just little itinerary for you.
It's taking over.
Very handy for that kind of thing.
Yeah, it can be misused. Now, recently, the ECU nursing school students were warned after there was some very suspect assignments that were submitted. And so the coordinator was like, hey, if you used AI, here's your chance to undo it. Right? And this was separate to it, but I saw this post on Reddit, and it is a similar thing. A girl wanted advice. She wrote, I'm in a really tough spot right now and urgently need some advice. I used ChatGPT to type an essay, but my teacher caught on. She asked me how I could have completed it in just 8 seconds. There must be...
What am I going to come with? Oh, it just came to me.
There must be like the data behind it.
This is happening at the schools all the time, Ross.
Yeah. And she said, in a panic, I lied and said I wrote it in Word and then pasted it into Google Docs. But yeah, so that's a misuse. But the biggest...
Here's another one. A paper in the States, the Chicago Sun-Times, they printed a story that was all a fun little, kind of filler story, but it's for summer, a summer reading list of books to recommend for the summer, because you're on holidays and you like to sit around with a bit of a page turner, and AI spat out a whole lot of fake books. None of the books on it were real, but they sounded like they might have been. It's like, you know what I mean? Like just like generic book titles that sound like they'd be a great summer page turner.
Yeah.
And no, they were all fake.
No, goodbye.
So they're looking for books that don't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't say who it was, but there was somebody here in the office.
In our team.
We're really narrowing it down. That did use ChatGPT to break up with a girlfriend. Now,
Sean.
I'm not great with words, as you know.
No. But the thing is, I spoke to him or her.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
About it, and he sent me what the prompts comes back to him.
Okay.
Because he puts in a few prompts, right? But then it comes up with multiple options. It says option 1, direct and gentle, and this is what it says. Hey, this is a fake name. Hey, Shona, I've really enjoyed our time together these past few months. However, I've realised that I don't see a long-term future for us. I wish you all the best.
Yeah. No,
Okay. It's a little harsh.
Yep.
No, I think, if that... Just rip the Band-Aid off and say what you say. Don't beat around the bush. Don't give her hope that, you string her along at all. That's like just getting to the point saying, it's been great.
Direct and gentle, option 1.
Thank you.
Option 2, slightly softer. It says, hi, Shona. I'm writing this because I've been doing some thinking. And while I value our time together, I don't think we're ultimately the right fit for each other in the long run. I'm sorry. Option 2.
So I don't mind that.
Final option. Very concise, brackets, option 3. Shona,
It's over.
I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't see a future for us. Wish you well.
P.S. You stink. I don't know.
Okay, you've got to end it with something like that for sure.
But he genuinely sent the text.
He used one of those. Which one did he use? Do we know which one he used?
No, knowing him.
The middle one, the softest
middle one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft.
Because he's a...
Quick, straight to the point, but also soft.
like, they're
enough.
not, then none of that's groundbreaking. You probably could have come up with. They seem a bit generic to me. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all nice, but it's a bit like reading a greeting card, isn't it? And that the message seems quite general.
Generic. It did also have some important considerations it told him to be aware of. It said timing. Try to send it at a time when she's likely to be able to process it without being in the middle of something important.
Did ChatGPT at any point say, hey, maybe have a conversation with the girl?
I think that would be a good idea. The other consideration, be prepared for a response. She'll likely have questions or feelings to share. Which, yes.
Okay.
And this is probably what you just mentioned, Nat. Third one is in person. Well, you ask for a text. For some situations, a brief, kind, in-person conversation.
Oh, I'm glad that ChatGPT has a conscience.
So
That's
then you'd ask them, what should I say in person? Which would spit out the same.
Just pull out a script.
Turn up there with your scroll. It's got something to say. There it is. Well, that's at least putting it to good use rather than cheating.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you do it in person. I mean, it's got the ability to be misused, and there's different levels of misuse. Cheating, that one, I think obviously lacks the human factor, so I'd say that's not great. I would say don't ever do that. You do it yourself, right?
Face to face.
Oh, you should do it.
Human should do it.
But we know one thing is that people are cowards and they're a bit scared of confrontation and they're worried that they're going to make the girl cry, and so they don't want to have to see that.
Do it in person. You can actually get one of your friends to do it. You go up to them and say,
Now you're talking.
dropped.
I brought
the
a
number of
support
girls
person.
I've had to break up with on Sean's behalf, I cannot even
You're
begin.
dropped. The end.
Thanks for the insights, Ross.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.